Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, the Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
Good morning, B. How's it going?
Welcome to
Good
In
morning,
This
Mama.
Season
Doing good,
podcast,
doing good.
where we unpack the most.
Still a little
You ready to
scratchy voiced, but I'm
I
okay.
hear it and
Yeah.
I see it in your face.
Yeah.
You need Mama to come over there and take care of y'all.
No, it's
Sick.
okay.
I put a mask on.
I need some soup.
All right. Need some soup?
I need some soup.
Y'all got some?
I don't know. I'll check today.
I might have some in the freezer.
Oh yeah?
I might have some homemade soup in the freezer. If you want some, let me know. I'm pretty sure I do.
Oh,
Chicken
thank you,
is
Mama.
homemade chicken soup though, not veggie chicken.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay. I'll check. And if I got some, I'll bring. Pretty sure I do. I'll check. And if not, we'll get you some made.
Oh, thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Let's welcome Auntie Richetta. Let's get ready to do what we do. Y'all come on. I got like 9 hours of sleep last night. Nine and a half even maybe, y'all.
That's the secret right there.
I need it. Yeah. It is. I mean, whew. Yep.
I'm gonna give me some today.
Y'all eat some today. You gonna get you some today?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest today. I'm gonna take it easy.
Good. Auntie Cheddar, I know you doing your thing over there in the ATL. All right, y'all. Let's get going because we're gonna get out of here. I'm trying to get some rest, and I can get on my way too.
Sounds good.
Welcome,
everybody.
Welcome. Yeah. Let's see who else we have with us. Miss Brenda Davis, great everything, everyone. Happy Friday. Big Mike says good morning. And Auntie Richetta says good morning, Butterfly, and everyone and nephew. God bless. And she has the butterfly out there this morning. Thank you. All of y'all are just special in so many ways when we see y'all here. But I don't know what it is. Something about having my Auntie Richetta out there that just warms my heart. So I just need her to know that. So thank you, Auntie Richetta. Y'all, thank you. Means a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. And as most of you know, and anybody that's new, you might not know, but we are reading through the book Daily Motivations for African American Success by Dennis Kimbro. A little background: we started this year in acknowledgement of Black History Month, African American History Month, just as a celebration. We just originally intended to read a passage per day for the month of February for that month, and this year was a short one, so it was 28 days in the month, and we didn't think that was enough time to do what we wanted to do, and it went so well that we wanted to continue that positive experience going forward. We had more and more people coming in at the time, so we decided to keep it going. My mom actually, Butterfly, decided to keep it going, and I obliged, and I'm glad I did. So thank y'all for being here, for making us a part of your morning routine, and being here every morning, every day for these passages. For those of you who haven't bought the book, make sure you go do that. It's a very low cost book, but it has a high value, meaning it doesn't cost you much monetarily, but what it gives you back, as we'll read on the back of this book, what you get back is tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold. So those lessons are life lessons. A little bit more about this book. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 Powerful, short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year. Dennis Kimbro, the author of the popular book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. And like I said earlier, just a few moments ago, this treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year, but what it teaches will last you a lifetime. I said that this was a low cost, but what it gives you back is a lifetime worth of value. So this ain't entertainment. This is valuetainment, as some people say. So over to you, Mom. Anything you want to do before we jump into it?
I did want to say, after saying that, it just warms my heart about Auntie Richetta being in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's because I went straight to thinking why. And I don't know if you know it, Richetta is my mom's sister. So maybe it's like, in a sense, having my mom here. I don't know, her being, I don't know, but it does. It just warms my heart to have her see us now that, maybe it's because, she's your mom's sister. So I don't know. Family is becoming very,
It's that maternal love. It's nothing like, yeah.
I yeah. One day Aaron's gonna have to share something with y'all that he shared with me. We need to do a whole show on that thing about the how children and mothers, how mothers keep parts of their children. It's
Oh,
something,
yeah,
Brandon.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
the word for it? Remember, you were telling me. You called me one day
Um,
not long ago. You remember?
yeah,
What's the
yeah.
word? We'll have to
And
do something
yeah, we'll
separate
do
on
it.
that.
It's yeah. It's a in the. I'll have to go through it. I forget right now. I'm a little lazy brained, but I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
very
can't think
very
of the name of it
interesting.
either, but because I was going to do some more study on it. Very interesting, that mother child thing. And you know what? Okay, we're not going to get into this. It's amazing to me because I feel like maybe that's why there's so many attacks on the mothers and fathers too, but just parents with their children. It's so many things going on. So y'all pray for your relationships with your children and don't let the enemy steal that. Don't let the enemy steal that. So I don't know, but just that just came to mind after I mentioned about my auntie Richetta being on here. So I don't know, you guys. God is doing a thing, and make sure that you're in the midst, that you're in
Mm.
that mist, so that He can be in the midst of you, and you know that He's ever present. So I won't get on no tantrum this morning. All right, Brandon, let's make this happen so you can get some rest, and I gotta go anyway. So
Oh, well, thank you, Mom. We will
let's do it.
we'll revisit that maybe on one of the Sunday shows where we have a little bit more time. We can do that. Sound good? Sound
Okay,
good? Okay.
sounds good to
All right.
me.
All right. On today's title for the day is October 4th, and the title is "Do the Right Thing." Do the right thing. Y'all know that's a Spike Lee joint, ain't it? That's the title of a Spike Lee joint, if I'm not mistaken. Do the right thing. And our quote comes from Maynard Jackson, mayor of Atlanta, Georgia at the time. Said the real problem is not the bad guys. It is that the good guys have gone to sleep. The real problem is not the bad guys. It's that the
Whew.
good guys have gone to sleep. Excuse me. A young boy and his father were excited
You okay,
about Parent
Brandon? I can do it if
Appreciation
you
Night.
want.
No, I'm all good. I'm all good.
Are you okay?
Yep, I'm okay.
Are you okay? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
are we buffering a little bit? I think you might be buffering from seeing me. So
We are a little bit, but I think it's okay on the other end. For some reason, it's just doing it on our end. You guys, I know that you may see some, but out of our control because we got a message that somehow the storm has affected internet here. I don't know if it's up now, Brandon. Is it up on your end now? The
nope,
internet
not yet.
itself?
Not yet. Nope.
No, they're saying by 5 p.m. today that things should be straightened out, but we're gonna go and just pray God's blessings
Yeah.
over all of this, that you hear what you need to hear, but we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
know if you were
Nonetheless,
okay,
we'll keep
Brandon,
it.
because for reading. You sure? Because I
Yeah, I'm
can
good.
read it.
I'm good. It's short. All
Okay, all
good.
right.
All good.
But you
Thank you,
feel
though. I
okay.
appreciate it.
Okay, okay.
I'm okay. Yeah.
All
So,
right, you're
do
welcome.
the right thing
Okay.
is the title, and the quote from Maynard Jackson, mayor of Atlanta, is that the real problem is not the bad guys; it's that the good guys have gone to sleep. And the passage goes as follows: A young boy and his father were excited about fan appreciation night. They wanted to get one of the souvenir baseballs that are thrown into the stands. As they hurried toward their seats, they saw a man drop a $10 bill. The boy picked up the money. Hey, mister, he said loudly. The man in front of him turned around. You dropped this. The boy handed him the money. Thank you, the man said. The boy returned to his father. Just as he and his dad reached their row, a ball came sailing towards their empty seats. A fan in the row behind, reaching forward, a fan in the row behind reached forward and caught it. The little boy swallowed hard. I know, son, said his father, looking the boy straight in the eye, but you did the right thing. For his effort, the child will bring home a souvenir far more lasting and valuable than a baseball or a $10 bill. He will know the bittersweet feeling of making a sacrifice to do what is right. There is a power for good in the universe greater than you will ever know. You can use this power to transform your life whenever you wish. Today, I will ask, this is our affirmation for today. Today, I will ask, what sacrifices have I made to do what is right? Today, I will ask, what sacrifices have I made to do what is right? Over to you, Mom. Short one. That's why I was cool with it. I was like, oh, this is short.
In a way, this yeah, short one. Yeah, but it's kind of y'all. You've been rocking for the last few days, for sure. It's kind of confirming, reiterating what we've been saying. Really, for sure. One of the things that I've said a few times this last few days: evil prevails. And I know this is not an evil thing, but it's about doing the right thing at the right time, right? About turning those tables over, as I mentioned the other day. Like Jesus turned, we're so quiet and meek and just try to be so this and that. When God is saying to us, be like Jesus, go turn some tables over. Evil prevails because good people say and do nothing, right? And sometimes even the good, how many of us, being who we are, Sunday morning worshipers, would have picked this $10 up and said, shoot. What they say, losers, weepers, finders, keepers. Y'all remember that? How many of us? How many of us? Right? And so it's never something else we've said here. It's never a right time, right? It's never. It's how does it go, Brandon? It's never a right time to do the wrong thing. I think how it goes.
Yeah.
And y'all
Yeah.
know we'll justify our own wrongdoings. We would justify if we would have saw this $10 and picked it up. Well, God, I needed that $10. This was a blessing. Well, it could have been something worse. It could have been somebody's last $10. The person that lost it, right? And that's why I say in every situation, I don't care what it looks like. You might think that it's about you, but in every situation, In everything, God is doing many things to and for many people. But we think that all things, everything is about us. And if it is, it's about your growing in your faith, right? In your faith. Because what does the scripture say? Count it all joy. When I I'm going to say, put your back to the wall so I can go back to my son and say, my song and say, he's a way maker. Well, how do you know if you've not had him bring you out from the back of that wall? Miracle worker. How would you know if he's not had to work out a miracle for you? And maybe only you knew about God did this. Nobody but. Have you had one of those situations? And that's why when you find the $10, it's your responsibility to find out who it belongs to, right? I remember finding something, excuse me, you guys, and I didn't trust Walmart. I found it at Walmart. I didn't trust Walmart enough to give it to them. Said, I have it. If someone calls, call me. I'll bring it back up here. Because what did I think they would do? Keep it. Keep it. Right? Here's my number. You got it. Make it happen. Right? But I wasn't going to, because someone could have needed that. And on the flip side of that, you guys, I've been blessed. I left my whole purse in a grocery cart outside because I had loaded my groceries and so caught up in getting to the next thing to do, I pushed the basket right into the little section. Excuse me. And I left. Drove all the way home. No purse. But I went back and someone had taken it inside and everything was in it. Everything. Right? So always, like my spiritual mom says, you always do the right thing and leave the rest up to God. And that's with all things, anything, everything. Do the right thing and put it in God's hands. And walk away and don't keep going back checking God's hands to see what he's doing with it. Because if you didn't know what to do with it and you're right here, it's your life, so you say, right? Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. And one more thing, I had a situation yesterday, again, where God is showing me myself and telling me to get out of my business because it's his business. If I would have listened to my whining and my tantrum, I would have missed out on something. If I would have let the day be guided the way that Tammy wanted to be guided, that up in the riffraff of people and things and how they move, right? But I talked myself out of it. But I'm gonna tell you, it was a lot of talking myself into it before I would talk myself out of it. It was a lot of talking by Tammy, right? But when I just relaxed in the situation and let the day flow, right? I'm talking about almost at the very hour, 2-3 minutes into the hour that I was complaining about, to that hour ending, got something that I wouldn't have gotten had I listened to him, right? So do the right thing, y'all. Over to Brandon. We're both
Thank you,
we need
Mom.
to get up off here. We both sound
I know. And I'm over here. I'm like, are you
like,
okay?
I think it was,
Yeah,
I
but
feel fine. I really think it was because we was out in the rain Saturday. We both kind of,
mm,
I do. I was out for 2 days in the rain. So, but I feel
oh,
fine, y'all. I guess it's just coming up. So
yeah.
over to
Well,
you.
thank you for
So,
that, Mom. One thing about doing the right thing is you will always, there's something that you're sacrificing in either case. If you don't sacrifice in the here and now, you sacrifice in the hereafter. If you don't sacrifice in the physical, excuse me, you sacrifice in the spiritual. You sacrifice in the mental. Now, why do I say that? Because when you do something wrong, we all, in my opinion, have some form of a conscience, some form of it. If you do something wrong, even if you think that it doesn't affect you, it affects you. It affects your immune system. It affects your temper. It affects your disposition throughout the day. If you were to take that, or to steal something, to do something that wasn't right, or not take that one extra step to see whose money this is. If you found $1,000 in an envelope, right, with a little paper clip on it, it had a paper that said this month's rent, right? And you didn't at least try to figure out whose it was, that money wouldn't spend the same, right? As there's a word called baraka, right? And a similar word in Hebrew and Arabic, which means like blessings, like something is blessed. It's the same way as enough for one, and as far as food and sustenance, enough for one is enough for two. Enough for two is enough for four, and enough for four is enough for eight. So if you have food and your neighbor is hungry, there's a moral responsibility for you to make sure, or to provide some of the food, some of what God has given you provision for, and provide that to your neighbor who is hungry. And this provision is more than a blessing to you. It's more than sustenance for you. It's a test for you. Because surely God's going to test you and test us to see how we rank and file, right? Because God is the most just. And on Judgment Day, no one will be dealt with unjustly. And we will all get back what we deserve and what our hands have brought forward. It says, يحمل مثقال ذرة خير يرى وما يحمل مثقال ذرة شر يرى. Meaning, every bit of good that you do, you will see it on that day, on that last day. And every bit of evil that you do, you will see it on that last day. So be careful. Be careful. You might take that $1,000 that someone had earmarked for their rent and spend it, and who knows, you might spend it gambling, or you might spend it buying something that you didn't need, that doesn't change the quality of your life, but it does change the quality of your heart. And I don't mean that in a good way, right? So you might not sacrifice in this world, or in this physical world of, oh, I found some extra money, right? You usually don't do the best things with that, right? You once you start off on the wrong foot, you continue on that same path. You might buy something that feeds your lesser self. You might do something that feeds your flesh, right? But in the back of your mind, in your spirit, in your conscience, in your soul, you have sacrificed and made an evil trade. You have made a trade that really didn't serve you. And what I mean by there's not any baraka or blessings inside of it, once you spend it, you won't get the same out of it. That shirt that you bought that cost a lot of money might have a rip in it. That purse that you bought might end up being a knockoff. You know what I mean? There's something that's going to be detracted away from what you thought you gained from an evil exchange, right? Because your intention wasn't right. You know, in this life, we're not always judged by our intentions. We're judged by the impact of our actions, right? But in the spirit, we are judged and measured by our intention. Because think about it, nobody cares if you accidentally committed vehicular homicide, vehicular manslaughter, right? And you were out driving and accidentally hit someone, right? You still are going to have to suffer some type of consequences in that situation, some type of retribution, some type of court proceedings, right? But your intentions, for example, your intentions in doing the right thing make a huge difference. Y'all, sorry, mom had to go out for a quick second. Your intentions make a huge difference in the spirit world, and you can either magnify or diminish the good that you do by your intention. You can either magnify or diminish the evil, right? That your hands might have worked, that you know of or that you don't know of, based on your intention. So carry the weight of your intention not as a grain of salt, but as a mountain, because truly that's the weight that it has on the scale of your life, right? So when you see something that's right to do, there might be a little bit of a sacrifice that you have to make. You might think back, man, I could have did a lot with that $1,000, right? But it was a test for you in the entire time. If that money was yours and that money was meant for you, then you better know that it's going to come to you. There's nothing that anyone can do to stop God from delivering whatever is meant and decreed to be for you. There's nothing that anyone can do to hasten it, right? Right? Or to withhold it. There's nothing that someone could do to speed it up or to slow it down. If it's yours, it is yours, right? And it is my belief that God has already decreed every dollar you're gonna make in your life. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out there and try and hustle, but God has decreed the amount, whether you're a wealthy man or a poor man, a wealthy woman or a poor woman, whether you're and our wealth isn't just money, it's our family, our children, our
Mm.
influence, our wives and husbands, our not just our houses, but our homes, and the difference that lies there in between a house and a home. So know that wealth is a dynamic thing spiritually, but in this world, it's a very linear thing. It's a very, how much money do you have? It's a very, how many assets do you have? But we know that that's not linked to real joy and happiness. So are you will so but there is some type of exchange. Like we said yesterday, what is it to gain the world, right, and lose your soul? There is an exchange. So you might be gaining a little bit of this world, but everything in this world is temporal. Everything in this world will fade away. The house that you live in right now will be, in 100 years' time, when you're dead and gone, will be owned by someone else. That knockoff purse that you thought was real will be owned by someone else, or the materials will be used for something else. Everything that you have spent so much for shucking and jiving and doing people wrong and undercutting someone and cutting corners and cheating, that won't serve you. You won't be able to take any of those things with you. But the intentions that you had while doing those acts, that will carry on with you to the hereafter. So be very cognizant and be very particular, as it said yesterday in our affirmation, about what you let in, but also what you do and what you put out, because you will be judged on your actions and your intentions. So make the right sacrifice. Make the sacrifice that really is has a return on the investment for that sacrifice. Don't make a sacrifice uh, or don't cut corners with God, because God already knows. He put that test before you just to see how you would act, just to see what you would do with this blessing, what you would do with this opportunity, what you would do with this, what seems to be an opportunity for you, but might be an obstacle for you. So purify your intentions and do the right thing. Over to you,
All right, Brandon. I'm gonna share one more story that I've shared before about those car mats. If y'all remember, a long,
I think
long
I hear
time
some.
ago.
There's some wind going on your like a fan or something
Oh,
blowing on your microphone.
yeah, cause I. All right,
You sound
y'all
like
can hear it. All right, hold on. All right,
is that what you went to go do? You went to go turn on a fan?
man, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real. I started having one of them hot flashes that it was gonna have to get up and turn some fan on or melt right here in front of y'all. Y'all don't understand, you men folks, what we women go through with these hot flashes. They come like somebody just throw gasoline on you and strike a match. and then I'll be cold in two seconds later. Like, it's real. Like,
Mm.
on that other side, that's one of my questions. God, come on now. Did we have to did we have to have all of that? So yeah, that's what I had to go do. It was just I felt like I was getting cause coming on fire. All right, but I'll
We'll
make
get you
it
out of
through.
here. We'll get you out of
Yeah,
here
we'll
soon.
get out of here. Long time ago, y'all, and I say this because I feel like I wasn't where I am now, but still God was speaking to me. And in that moment I heard him. I had gone to Walmart, bought some mats for my truck, and I tore them. I tore them myself. And I was putting them back in the back of the truck because I was going to take them back. I'll just take them back and tell Walmart I bought them like this. It was a lie, right? And I heard God's voice say, "Really, Tammy? That's still what we're doing? Really?" Y'all, I heard it as if it was like he was right there before me. Couldn't take them back. Didn't take them back, right? It was the right thing to do. I could say Walmart has more money than me. It's on them. They can write it off, right? Right? But it still was the wrong thing to do. Number one, it was a lie, right? I tore them, so I needed to take responsibility for making it right, right? So I just was reminded of that. And the other thing, I'll leave with this: the quote from our then Atlanta mayor, the mayor of Atlanta. The real problem is not that bad. It's not the bad guys, you guys. Whatever that means, it's not the bad guys. It is that the good guys have gone to sleep.
Mm.
So I'm going to say to y'all, wake up. Wake up. Wake up from the dream, from the false realities, right? From what you've bought into of this world, right? Because you're not, I say I'm not in or of this world. I'm in this spiritual realm, and I'm gonna stay. And that's why things start to happen, and God starts to speak to you, like with the situation with Miss Brenda. I had no idea about Miss Brenda's driving up to her family's house and going in the house, and they still not coming out. But I'm walking around in my house, and God drops that into me just to share with her, to try to help her see that you can't always bring them with you. And he wasn't helping her to see, he was just confirming in many ways, confirming the situation and confirming that he is right here in the midst of us. He's in our business. He's confirming our thoughts, right? It's not a coincidence that cousin Fanay was on and she said, my sister and I was just talking about this yesterday. Y'all, he just wants us to know that he's in the midst. Get out of your business. It's just seek and serve God and do the right thing. And as the back of this book reads, and Brandy, you have to read it for me, know that every thought, every deed, every action that you perform is making the most. Brandon, what is it on the
It's
very
making
fiber
it, its
of your
its
being?
impression on the most inner, most
Most
fabric of our being.
of your being,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you may keep the $10, but baby, you're conscious. You're conscious, whether you justify it or not. Because again, we'll talk our way into doing what we want to do and walk away like, okay, it was the right thing to do, right? You could talk your way in and out of anything and justify it. But right is right and wrong is wrong, period. So y'all go do the right thing today. And to my good people, wake up, wake up. Over to you, Brandon.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all we got for you today. We're going to do a quick synopsis or quick overview back of our title. Today on October 4th, our title was Do the Right Thing. And Maynard Jackson said the real problem is not the bad guys. It's the good guys. It's that the good guys have gone to sleep. And our affirmation today is today I will ask, what sacrifices have I made to do what is right? Basically, what have I invested? What have I invested that I know that God will pay me back tenfold for?
Amen.
What does it say in the Bible? Give God a good loan, right? Give God a good loan. It ain't always financial. Sometimes you're sacrificing your time. Sometimes you're sacrificing your ear to be there for someone, or to just shut up and listen and hear your relative, your spouse out, to hear how they feel. Sometimes it's patience. What are you sacrificing? And don't just think about worldly things. What have you sacrificed internally, right? To do the right thing, right? Have you departed beneficial knowledge on someone, right? Have you taken the time to show someone a skill that could help them out, that could help them provide for their family? Have you showed someone how to fish? What have you done to sacrifice for the right thing? And whatever you remember and come up with, remember that God remembers more than you do about what you've done. And for the bad that you may have done, just know that God knows better than you do what all you have done. And he is worthy of you asking for forgiveness, that he could forgive you for that, right? And the straight path, it don't matter where you start from. It don't matter how far away you get, right? Beeline back to God, and that's all it takes. That's the right thing, all right? So we're going to leave y'all with that. We're going to feed these ducks as we ride out. Thank y'all for letting us be a part of your morning routine. We hope to see you again tomorrow at the same time, same place, right here on the In This Season podcast with your beautiful host, the Butterfly, MB. Love y'all. Do the right thing.
Groove on out of here. Get your groove on. Come on, y'all. Come on, Bebop. Go ahead. There you go.
Groove.
Got a little sick soul going on today.
Huh?
You got a little sick soul going on.
Sick soul.
Sick soul.
I'll be all right, though. I'll be all right. Y'all go out there and do the right thing. We'll be okay.
Go feed them ducks. Pimpin' wearing you, or you wearing the pimpin'? I'm gonna wear the pimpin'. Hey. All right, peace, y'all. We're gonna get out of here.
All right, y'all.
Love y'all.